Hello and fellow coin and banknote collectors, this is Glenn, and in today's Monday video we're having a look at the Johnson Fraser $5 banknote that was printed between 1985 and 1990, so these circulated for that period of time. And I actually have two banknotes here. I do have a few more, but there is one difference in these banknotes that you can probably see, and that is this serial number. So the top one we have here is the Gothic, and the bottom one is the OCR, which are different types. And this was actually a transition period in using these two different types of fonts. This also occurs on the $20 and $50 banknote, but not on the $10, $100, or the $2 banknote. And I'm not too sure why they actually printed these on two different types of banknotes, because the Gothic was actually the earlier version, and the OCR was actually the later version. So it's adopted around about 1985 somewhere. But if we look at the actual serial numbers, so here we have the OCR, and obviously they started first at PKF and they finished at QFA. So they went all the way through, and the Gothic was used in between. So they started out with this font, then they introduced this. They printed them on this font because of probably some problem they might have had with the production. So this one started PXB, so definitely after PKF, and it finished before FQA, so it finished at QBJ. I said FQA, QFA. God, sometimes I'm a bit of a klutz. And these ones are actually my favourite banknotes. So here we have the Banks, Joseph Banks, and he was a botanist, and that's why they have a lot of Australian plants on it. And I actually did go to the Note Printing Australia around about 1985, I believe, and the only thing I actually remember is that they actually had a garden with all these plants on it that were on the $5 banknote. Not too sure if they actually still have that now, but you can see we have what plants? The grass tree, we have grevillea, we have banksia, we have eucalypt nuts, we have pots. Not too sure what plant that is. Is that clematis? Eucalypts. She oak, so this is a she oak. It actually looks like a large pine. I actually quite like that plant. And we have, looks like more bottle brush there. And I'm not too sure what plant that is around there. I need to look that up. So, is actually also a letter that you can actually find. Now I need to look that up again because I actually forget where it is. Yes, I've actually found it. So if I can zoom in a bit, you can see on the nut there, you can see the letter Q. So it's got the letter Q, and this one, let's see, has the letter D. So the letter D, and that's actually the plate number of the actual banknote. So that is something I hope you learned today. And these are actually the lighter versions. In the 70s and 60s I actually had a darker version. And on the back we have Caroline Chisholm, and a promoter of managed immigration to Australia, champion of women and of women's rights, so that's why there's a lot of women on there. In the Family Colonisation Society, that's what she actually run, and instrumental in the formation of the Family Colonisation Society. So, and she was born in 1808 and passed away in 1877. And these banknotes are actually, don't know why I like it, it's just like the purple colour, it's just really nice. The watermark is Captain Cook, and as you can see, it's a side security thread. And I just like the black on the coloured background. That's probably why a lot of people actually do like these type of banknotes. So, not too sure what ship that is. Would have been one of the pretty common ships of the time period. And as you can see, has the crisscrossing of the paper. So beautiful. So it actually has a book value that are actually quite different for both. So the OCR, so I'll put that in the background again. So the OCR in uncirculated book value of $50, so 10 times face value. And the Gothic, because it has a less run, has a book value of $85, but you're not actually going to get those values. So here I have some sold values. So uncirculated for, looks like OCR, you're looking at $23 there. This one is $30 for OCR. So about between $15 and $30 for OCR. No, same, but that's $5. You're paying $10 for that note. So yeah, uncirculated OCR. And as you can see, most of them are OCR. Is there any Gothic ones? Consecutive pair, $10. Really? I wouldn't have even worried about selling that. OCR, $7. Wow. These prices have really just crashed. So, if you're going to buy Australian banknotes in the paper version, now's a good time. You can actually get very good deals. But if you're going to sell them, I'd just say just forget it. Don't worry about selling at the moment. Obviously, coin shops and that have to continue buying and selling, so they're not going to be phased. They're going to pay a less price if they're buying, and they're going to sell it for less. So they probably make $1 or $2 per banknote. So you can pick them up for $10 to $30. Run off free, $20. So really, that's even less than $10. Run off 2, OCR, $25. So basically, if you're going to buy something like these banknotes, come and see how much they sell for. Then you go back to the ones that are selling. You'll probably just choose the lowest value for the best quality. So I would say 10 years ago, the value of these would have actually been high and the market's gone down because a lot of people are actually selling them, so that tends to happen when there's a lot of product. And quite frankly, I'm probably going to see that with the $2 coins as well later on. So let's see if... Still haven't found... There should be a Gothic one here somewhere. Geez, just... Then you've got some other banknotes. $20 usually go for a lot more. And I haven't found any Gothic banknotes. Oh, here it is, $5.56. So obviously you're going to get a lot more value out of the Gothic one than the OCR. So if you're wanting to buy cheap, buy the OCR version. If you wanted to buy something that will probably retain its value a lot more, then Gothic is the way to go. But basically, I myself would basically just buy both. If I can get these for $10, then why not? The inflation value, 1990, it's like 30, 60, 90. So generally double the value is inflation value, so $5 in 1990 is probably worth about $10 now in buying goods. So yeah, it just kept up with inflation. But when markets actually pick up, so when we're in, a lot full of employment and a lot of people actually earn money, these will actually go up in price because a lot of people will have a lot of extra cash to actually spend. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much. I hope this informed you about Australian banknotes and that you enjoyed the video, and have an awesome banknote and coin collecting time. Thank you very much and goodbye.